Okay, I think I should start. Well, my name is Alikhan, and I'm lead developer of Project Drive Beyond, which is computer software that aims to improve the emotional intelligence of people with ASD through mimicry exercises. Um, Speaking of my role, I worked on backend and front end of our application and made suggestions of habilitation centers come true. Also, I developed the whole code base of our application.
Okay, so my name is Ulan. I'm 18 years old, and I was working for Project Drive Beyond also with this team. So basically, my main goal was pitching, and when someone found the centers, I attended to the centers and promoted them. Our application, so yeah, basically I was like a sales manager, or a pitcher, something like this. And also I took a part in creating presentation, which we pitched on this WAICY event. So yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Aizhan, and I was responsible for development of front end, and also I was the designer of the team, so the presentation was my main responsibility. Yeah, and I think Medina should introduce herself next.
Well, I was the researcher in the team. Like, I developed the idea of the app, and I researched how it can help other people with ASD, and like I tried to implement some features that can also be helpful. So, like, I am the researcher and idea generator for this app.
We all are classmates, and so basically we were searching for extracurriculars that we can do, and somehow our attention fell into social impact field. And so basically we and Alikhan at the first time we were working separately, but then Medina came to our team, and after Medina, Aizhan also pulled up, and so we continued to work in this group. And yeah, that's it. We are all classmates, and so yes, there is nothing much to say,
No,
there is no way. It's a cool
I
story.
think there's more detail to the story because the idea of Drive Beyond was a continuation of our neuromarketing project that used facial emotion recognition in order to improve communication with customers and businesses. And the idea of Drive Beyond was firstly proposed by Medina, who took notice of our project and decided that we can use the same model of facial emotion recognition in order to benefit those people with ASD. And so, as such, we decided to participate in WAICY.
I think the key thing is that everyone did the thing they were good in. For example, I was only responsible for the research and like finding some information about all these therapeutic apps, and Aizhan was only responsible for the design, or responsible for only the design. So I think it was kind of easy to separate all the tasks, because when you exactly who is responsible, and when you're not doing the whole project alone, and you just have a small chunk that you're responsible for, it's much easier to find time. And you can also ask for support from other people. Like if I knew that I have some problems with finding information, I can ask other people for help. So it's much easier to plan your time, to find enough time when you're doing only a small chunk, and this small chunk is what you're proficient at.
Thinking of myself, I usually work on the weekends because of my work was not on a digital sphere, was not on an online sphere, but was on a physical sphere where I had to go to some centers to promote our application. Sometimes it took, like 3 or 4 hours. And so, yeah, I was, speaking of myself, I was working on the holidays and at the weekends because I had no any other choice. I wish the centers that I attended were like super close to my house, but it was not the case.
I think the main challenge of our project was that a lot of habilitation centers met us with skepticism, and although some responded and provided constructive feedback, we could not really establish a meaningful relationship with them to work with children and test our application to get some practical feedback. But there were a lot of suggestions. Many centers proposed that we should change the color scheme, add sound effects, new exercises, and those really provided some constructive feedback, and we used them to polish the product. And so that's where we are right now. Well, I think we plan to expand our software to more regions, as we currently work with only centers in 2 cities in Kazakhstan. Well, it's mainly Almaty and Shymkent. 3 centers in Almaty, 1 in Shymkent. And I think the next goal is to add a monitoring platform aimed for mentors and caregivers, so that they could track the statistics, the performance of children working with the application. Yeah, and that's basically it.
Yeah, I plan to have bachelor's degree in AI and computer science. So I think that's somehow related to my experience with Raytheon. Yeah, and also Alikhan, he plans to, well, pursue a major of computer science, and therefore has a little bit of, well, relation to AI. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of myself, I'm in no means a talented programmer or a software developer. So basically, at least yes, I seek my future in the sphere of business. But anyway, it was a real helpful experience because it helped me how to establish the relationship with the possible customers and to understand the market relationships better. So yeah, even though my future may be in like drastically another sphere, it was really super helpful. And so yeah, it was a much needed experience.
Yeah, well, they all said about their future plans with AI and like pursuing computer science major. Unfortunately, I'm not planning to pursue computer science major. However, I plan to major in biology, maybe neuroscience, and still I'm in this project. And I just wanted to say that AI is so promising technology. Like it's new. We haven't applied it everywhere yet. There is a lot of things yet to explore, and a lot of things need to be made. And I think since AI is so universal, so efficient, and so new, there are a lot of many new projects that you can make, and they will be unique, amazing. So just don't be afraid. Think about some common things you can apply AI to, or less common things, but some acute problems to you. And I believe that the possibilities of AI are almost endless. I never thought that I'm going to use some like kind of programming thing to solve my biology issues, but here I am. At this point, I really believe in the AI, and that AI can be applied to all fields, no matter like, is it chemistry, is it biology, is it just some programming with AI? Just try, apply AI, and see what happens.
Yeah, I will encourage everyone to participate in WAICY for, well, in my case, this was a little bit of a job and professional orienting experience. I discovered in myself an interest in, well, machine learning and AI, and therefore I was more, well, open to, well, choosing this as a major. And I did not limit myself to some computer science field. I got the experience of working with machine learning, and then this, well, motivated me to see other possibilities for myself. So yeah.
Okay. So basically, what I want to say is that all the peers and not peers, they should try always. Maybe they will fail, but anyway, they should participate. They should try the strengths, especially in the spheres that they're weak in. So basically, you should seek for a success. But even though if you face, I know, 1,000 fails, maybe 1,000 first attempt also will be a fail, but 2,000 attempt maybe will be a success. So yeah, basically just try, and like some clever people say, fake it till you make it. So yes, try your best, and maybe even if the situation is not promising, whatever, give your all, give it all, and yes, participate in WAICY, of course, because it's free. It's like fame, it's like interview, and so on.
Alikhan. Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk about the art of brainstorming. I think that more people in many spheres should see the beauty in simplicity, because, well, on our example, specifically on my example, I think in the beginning, I took the project with a pinch of salt. I thought that the idea of habilitation software was very primitive. And the more I researched the topic, the more it began to be clear that the idea was brilliant. And because of that, I would like to remind myself and the WAICY community that perfectionism may get in your way of brainstorming. And more often than not, the greatness may lie in simplicity. So that was my message.